Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm on that latte, that Costco latte. So excuse me. I think I might be a little wired, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that because tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and I gotta hit the streets early because it was crazy today. Okay, you understand? Crazy. Anyway, just thinking about something. Anyway, whew, okay, I'm gonna let you look at this discussion between Charlamagne the God, well, Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, and Charlamagne the God. Okay, let's see if we can get this up without. Oh, should I? Okay, let's see. And they probably give us a commercial. Um, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I should have had this before. Sorry, sorry. I know they always give a commercial. They gonna get those commercials in. They definitely are, but this was okay. So I'm going to show you this, and then I have a rebuttal. Okay, how about that? All right, here we go.
And Joe, I want to turn now to a question that Vice President Harris was asked about on Comedy Central. She was asked whether Joe Biden or Senator Joe Manchin was president. And I have to say, watching this video, she did not take that question lightly and seemed to be personally offended by it.
And this is on CNN Politics.
Right. You definitely saw at least a flash of intensity there.
When she was intense. She is very intense. She is, from what I hear, she is very intense.
West Virginia senator who has been holding up a lot of the Biden agenda up on Capitol Hill. So let's just listen to it and talk more about it.
Okay.
So who's the real president of this country? Is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden?
Who is Joe Manchin?
Come on, Charlamagne.
I really,
it's Joe Biden.
I can't tell
sometimes. No. It's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden, and don't start talking like a Republican
you see
about
how she's
asking whether or
bouncing
not he's president.
those hands.
It's Joe Biden.
She about to jump through the. Oh, look!
And I'm Vice President. And my name is Kamala Harris.
Okay. I'm a lot. Oh, anyway, let's look at this again.
What's really interesting, I think, is that there's history here between these two people. He's interviewed the vice president before, and we haven't seen that level of intensity.
Okay.
There's a lot of frustration, as you know, Jim, going around in Washington, D.C.
Oh, is there? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know. Let's see if we can get it again. Let's see. Oh, she was like, listen, she was about to jump. She was about to jump. I didn't know.
When it comes to her media appearances. In fact, her aide is now accused of trying to fake technical issues to cut short an interview with Charlamagne when the host asked about who holds the real power in Washington. Here's part of their heated exchange.
I want to know who's the real president of this country. Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin?
I'm sorry, I interrupted. I don't think the vice president can hear you. It's Simone. I'm so sorry, Charlamagne. We have to wrap.
She can hear me.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, Madam Vice President?
So I'm sorry. You got it wrapped?
Oh.
So I'm sorry to interrupt.
They're acting like they can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, so who's the real president of this country? Is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden, Madam Vice President?
Come on, Charlamagne. It's Joe Biden.
I can't tell sometimes.
No. It's Joe Biden, and don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a problem?
It's Joe Biden.
Look.
And I'm Vice President. My name is Kamala Harris.
Check him.
Whoa.
Okay.
I was stunned on many levels when I saw this weekend. One of the reasons is because I sat in a lot of interviews with President Trump, a lot of unfair questions. There are times I would love to have had an audio issue or intervened and said, hey, we're cutting it off here. That's gone too far. But you don't actually do it. And Simone Sanders just made that problem worse.
And then Harris immediately says, no, I can hear you.
Okay, she's like, no, I got this.
My theory of this actually is that Harris saw this as an opportunity to try to smooth over part of this proxy war that's been fought through the press over the last couple of weeks with leaks and counter leaks about her role at the White House and bad blood between the vice president's team, the White House team, with people sort of whispering to reporters all sorts of negativity. I think she actually maybe preferred her aide to not try to intervene because she wanted to.
Oh, honey, her aide is about to get it. But
saying no, Biden is president.
Okay, she was like, no,
sort of a
I got
unity
this.
thing for the
I got
Democrats.
this.
And I think that got overshadowed by the whole weird fake technical issue thing, which is just like another little anecdote, another little example.
Why is that fake? All the stuff that Trump has done, and you want to call this fake?
It's just like everything bad seems to befall this woman, and
Bad.
ultimately
No,
it has to
not
point to
necessarily.
her,
That's what happens when you're a woman and you're black and you're the first vice president. Oh, everything's going to happen.
A little bit about Charlamagne. Yeah, Charlamagne and I have had kind of a sparring history and almost kind of a weird friendship at one point.
But you know,
I gotta say, I
Charlamagne,
give him a whole lot of credit and a lot of respect
he
because he
will-
was able to do in that 20-some odd minute interview, which so many so-called journalists have been unable to do for the last 11 months of this administration, which is to
Charlamagne is
ask
a
a difficult
mess.
question, not back off of it, and wait until you get an answer, even when you have Kamala's aides giving a phony technical issue.
That
He
wasn't
pushed back
phony
and he
because
held her feet to the fire.
Kamala
Now, I'd like to see
Kamala
Charlamagne
Harris
doing
was
that with
like,
Joe Biden. I'd like to see
wait, is he
Charlamagne doing
really?
that
I
with
know,
Pete Buttigieg,
like, is
with
he
Nancy
really?
Pelosi,
Because she
with
did,
several
like,
others,
pause.
because he is a great example of somebody that's not necessarily in this esteemed area of journalism, the White House press corps, but he's asking the tough questions. I give him a lot of
Yeah,
credit for that.
but I don't
We
know.
need
He
more
might
of
be
him.
bad, honey. You
Congratulations,
know,
Charlamagne. Even though you called
Charlamagne
John
is
the
a
other day,
mess.
maybe 2 or 3 times at this point.
No, but
I
that
give
was
you a lot
that
of
was
credit.
very disrespectful of him. And he played on the race card because I can't see him asking that of Joe Biden, of any other white person. You know what? He needs to be banned because that was very disrespectful.
I'm vice president. By gum. Yeah, and you know inside she's going, don't cackle, don't cackle. Simone Sanders has quit. So she no longer works with the vice president, and now we see why. You don't pull something like that with Charlamagne because he's going to call you on it in the moment. And he is not beholden to anyone. He's very interested in politics. He's
She
one of the few
quit.
journalists
She probably
who
got
not only
fired.
had access to all the candidates, but remember, he was
Madam
when he was
Vice President
Elizabeth
probably
Warren
gave her an
about
option.
why
Either
she
you
was
quit or you about to get fired because you will
Republican in the 90s.
not
She couldn't come up
do
with an
that
answer,
with me.
and he won't stop. He will keep pressing and pressing.
Oh, honey, she handled it, honey. She handled it.
The answer to. She knows this. He's also a fan of hers, but just because he's a fan and he respects
I
her
think look
career and the fact that she's ascended to the vice presidency, he's still going to call her out on everything.
But he'll call out everything, but he needs to watch it.
Back off of something that Kennedy just said, because the times
Okay,
that
now
I've
this
seen
is his sister
Charlamagne
now.
the God give the best interviews were with you, Kennedy. And of course I love you, but that's not the only reason I say that. It's truth. And part of it is because you both are very similar in this way. It's not about likability of the person you're sitting down across from. It's about also holding that person you like so much to a higher
Accountable.
standard because you can. So this actually isn't the first time we've seen him do this with this particular group of people. We saw it within candidate Joe Biden when he said, if you don't vote for me, you're just not black. Now that's a little paraphrase, but that's the gist of what he said. And many of us spoke up. I think I was maybe the only journalist who did. Because that required the kind of
that was
follow-up
stupid.
that the president
Because
got, but
what have we
the
gotten?
president
Higher
at that
gas
time didn't
prices?
feel like
We
he knew
haven't
the
gotten a
answer.
stimulus
Kamala
check, but
Harris
okay,
knew.
wait, let
If
me.
I let this loop go on with this fake technology problem, I better speak up. The part where she loses people, though, is when then she plays the moment from the movie The President, and I'm the president, your next 15 minutes are up. I mean, the whole thing felt kind of staged. Like, we know her name. What is she doing? Kennedy,
She's letting him know who she is.
On that.
Okay, let me stop this. Let me stop this. Okay, so you know Kamala Harris is from the Bay. Okay, she's from the Bay. She knows a lot of people in my family. She knows a few people in my family, whatever. She's very close with one of them in particular, whatever. So I might be a little biased, whatever. She is a woman of color. I'll just say that, okay? Because y'all might be like, well, what the heck are you? I'm black. I'm real black. If you take off this blonde wig or whatever, you'll see my nappy hair, black nappy, gray, black nappy hair, whatever. Ain't nothing wrong with nappy hair, honey. I love my nappy hair. It's just thin or whatever. Anyway, so even if she wasn't from the Bay, okay, I still, I got your back, but no. Charlamagne disrespected her in that She doesn't. You don't ask who's actually running the White House. It's kind of rude and disrespectful on all aspects of it or whatever, but that's how Charlamagne is. Like, Charlamagne, Charlamagne is, he got trained by Wendy Williams, who is another person that I advocate for immensely. But that's that pop culture. You know what I'm saying? That, what is it called? That shock journalism or whatever. So he's going to ask whatever is going to pop and shock the audience or whatever. But for him to do that to Kamala Harris, like, he didn't do that when she was in his face. You see what I'm saying? But you see how Kamala Harris, she was about to jump through the phone or through the screen. Let me tell you, and she was valid. She was very valid in what she did, and that's good that she, he gave her the platform to explain or to justify the fact that she is the vice president, Joe Biden is the president. Who is Joe Manchin? I'm assuming he's a Republican or whatever. I don't know who Joe Manchin is. I've never heard of him. That's my ignorance. Excuse me for not knowing exactly who. But, when she was like, oh, okay, but this is my list. Okay, this is my list because I'm kind of pissed off that we haven't had a stimulus from Joe. I'm talking about not for kids, I'm talking about for adults. During the Trump era, we did get like, what, 3 or 4? Because that stimulus that we got at the beginning of the year, that was a leftover from Trump. And remember those videos when I said I am not going to refer to Joe Biden as president until we get that stimulus? And I think, when did we get it? In January or March or something like that. Between January and March, I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, I was like, listen, I don't care who you are. Until we get that stimulus, you will not be called President Biden by me. Okay. But she was like, oh, it's about this and it's about this. Okay. What about, for black folks, what about our 40 acres? I read something that there was $100 billion fraudulently given, taken, delivered to a lot of people. $100 billion would have wiped it out. Let's see. Okay, so there's 40. Is there 40 million blacks in America? 40 million. Okay. 40 million. Let me clear. 40. So 40 million. 100 billion. So if each, how much would 40 million, let's say half, because not the kids, the parents. I can't do all that because that's way too many zeros. 40 billion. That would have wiped us out. That we could have had our 40 acres and a Tesla. We could have gotten, if you would have gave each adult, black adult, $1 million, 500,000, 100,000. If you would, okay, I can do that. Because I'm like, Hattie, my mind can't go that fast. Okay, 40 times, let's say 500,000. Okay, because they gave those immigrants, they gave them 450,000, right? So 40 times, that's 20 million. That's 20 million. 500. Okay, still 100 to 5, 100,000 to a million. If you were enslaved, if you're still living and you were an actual slave, you should get $1 million. Okay, if you were falsely in prison, you should get $1 million. If you or your parents were falsely imprisoned, was on crack, if your parents were slaves or whatever, you see what I'm saying? Like, you should get something or whatever. Anyway, if you're black and I'm black, my mama's black and my father's black, okay? I might look a little lighter with this blonde wig or whatever. It might be reflecting whatever, but okay, maybe I don't. I'm black, okay? Mama's black, daddy's black. All right, so anyway, Where's our 40 acres in a Tesla? Okay, forget a mule. 40 acres in a Tesla, or 40 acres in a Ford, or 40 acres in, a Chevrolet or whatever. I'm not talking about foreigns, okay? 40 acres in an Escalade, electrical Escalade, okay? For blacks, okay? Where's our 40 acres? Where's our $500,000 in a Tesla? Okay, I'm saying this because if you give us our money, okay, give us our money, give us our kids the money, then guess what? The crime would vanish. Why do you need to steal? Why do looters need to steal? Um, well, we'll go for a while because maybe the crackheads might smoke it up, the drug heads might, you know what I'm saying, that they gon' we'll see. Actually, if you give us our money, Escalade's gonna be, excuse me, whew, Escalade's gonna be number one, and make drugs legal. So give us our money, bring out let all of the non-violent prisoners, let them out, okay? Give them their money. They already got a lot of their money while they were in jail, okay? Anyway, um, everybody gets a car, everybody gets a Tesla, everybody gets an American-made car, not a foreign, okay? An American-made car. And let's see what happens, okay? Give us a year to either invest it, screw it up, smoke it up, shop it up, give it away, whatever, and then start from the beginning, okay? So 2022, Kamala Harris, give us our money. That's what you need to be working with. That's what it's all about, okay? Give us our money and you wouldn't have these problems. But okay, all right? What about the brothers in jail who were dealing drugs that are legal now? Are they all out? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. For all those brothers who did the nonviolent drugs, or nonviolent crimes where, let me make sure. Oh God. Oh. Okay, there we go. All the brothers who have all the brothers who are in jail for selling weed, but no violent thing or whatever, selling coke or whatever, free big meat. They need to be released, okay? They need to be released, especially if they didn't have proper representation, especially if there's any inkling that that there was a mistrial, anything. They need to be released. COVID's getting worse or whatever. Free big meat, free. There's a plethora. Kim Kardashian, do your work. Okay. Okay, what about the people who are in jail with the PP loans? The PP loans. Now, if you, okay, so the PP loans, the PP fraud or whatever, but that's our chance. Was that was that our money that we were supposed to get, the PP loans? But yet now you're imprisoning people. Like, come on. But yet you gave tax cuts to the rich white. Well, whatever. Maybe the rich black, but yet the poor blacks, not me, because I didn't get no money, but we can't get a break. We can't get a break. We finally, you said, okay, we got to start businesses. We start businesses or whatever. Okay, we had to do money to start businesses to get the PP loan. Well, then we apply for the PP loan. Now, some people had businesses, some people didn't. But still, that was money being spent, because in order to start a business, you need to apply for different licenses and trademarks and all that. That's money going into the government. But yet when we try and get on top, some of us were greedy, but not all of us. Well, not me. I'm just talking about for black folks in general, because I didn't get anything. When there's the PP police. Like, well, why we gotta steal and do some fraudulent stuff? We built this country. We haven't been paid. Where are our retributions? Wait, is that the word for it? You know what? I'm getting a senior moment. Is that the correct word? Anyway, for some reason that's not it. But anyway, we have not gotten paid for our grandfathers, grandmothers who built this country, who gave milk to the babies or whatever, whose babies were fed to alligators or crocodiles, okay, who we were beat, raped, killed, But yeah, we don't get nothing. We get imprisoned. We're still getting imprisoned. We still have systematic racism. We still are, the education is low. Our health care is low. Our food is low. Our mentality is low. Our credit is low. Everything is low. We're 13% of the population, but yeah, what, 60, 50% of the jail? How does that happen? Okay. But no. All right. What about Flint? What about Flint? How is it that an entire city, and this was under Obama's watch, but yet Obama, Trump, and now they're finally getting their due when Biden and Kamala Harris, okay? But you know what? That was an attack on a black woman or a woman of color, okay? Charlamagne, you need to learn some manners. You don't disrespect a black woman, the first vice president woman, a woman of color, like that on national TV. No, no, no. You know what? Too bad that the person said there was technical difficulty because she was trying to cut it. She was trying to protect Kamala Harris in that, she's probably saying, oh, this is not going to end well. She did the right thing. Kamala Harris should have taken that cue and said, you know what, act like, played along with it. But I think she was kind of pissed off by the question. But you know what? She got in that thing like, you're gonna listen to me. You will not disrespect me. I am Madam Vice President to you, young man. I don't blame her, honey. I don't blame her. These young folks, they have no respect, especially with Charlamagne. And she checked her, and I agree with her. Okay, but back to my list. What about the fact that, okay, you guys know that I, had a power outage. Now, back at East and down South and, Midwest or whatever, I guess you guys may be used to power outages. I've never been in one. Like, I think I have one. I didn't pay my, PG&D maybe a couple times or whatever. But I mean, that's like for a couple hours you can get it turned on or whatever. I'm talking about for 48 hours. That was a little much for me. Okay, that was a little much. Power and water. Oh my neck. But in that, I realized that these unhoused people, they have nowhere to plug up. They have nowhere to plug up. They have nowhere to shower. They have nowhere to sleep. They have nowhere to eat. What are we doing about that situation? San Jose is the third largest city in California, and there's a plethora. If there is one homeless person, there's one too many. But not only are they homeless, they're mentally not able or stable. And the ones that I've dealt with, none of them have caught COVID. So what are they doing that we're not doing? Okay. But the fact that they can't plug up, how are you supposed to progress and you can't even plug up? A lot of times, like when COVID came out, I was telling them, okay, did you guys sign up for the stimulus? Did you sign up for the homeless benefit? Did you sign up for food? They didn't know. They had no idea. One homeless encampment right around the corner, that's where that man assassinated 8 people at the VTA in San Jose, right around the corner. They had no idea. How would they know if they don't have battery use? This is Silicon Valley. This is 2021. You have AI, artificial intelligence, all over. You're telling me that they can't have Wi-Fi? But it's at least, how many homeless people in San Jose? There's more than 1,000. I know that. There's a lot more. But let's see, unhoused, but I have to put homeless. How many homeless in San Jose? 7,000 homeless people in San Jose. 7,000. That is insane. But you know what? San Jose is extremely expensive. It's almost impossible for them to, either you got to be real poor, which I am, or you got to work for Google. You have to be rich or middle class or working class is totally different out here than it is in the rest of the world. Well, maybe not Singapore, maybe not London, Singapore, and maybe New York City. But it's easy to be homeless. I mean, you're not even a check away. Like everybody is a half a check away. You see what I'm saying? Because it's so expensive. Okay, so 7,000 people, but yet I have not seen any portable showers. How are they supposed to bathe? No portable charging services. Like, what are they supposed to do? I have there's this, you got 7,000 people, but yet there's no meal kitchens. Actually, there's one church that they used to do free food like Tuesday and Wednesday, I think. But with COVID, how are they supposed to survive? Like, I can't help out everybody. I have like two, sometimes three encampments that I try to drop off food to a week. But that's like maybe 20 people, maybe 30. I can't feed 30 people every week. What are they doing the days that I don't drop off anything? And sometimes, it's vegetables, sometimes it's cooked food. Like today, I made rice and chicken. But that's not going to feed 30 people. Okay? I mean, if they get one scoop of rice and a piece of chicken, okay, but that's not enough to satiate them. That's not enough. That's not enough nutrition. And then it's ice cold at night. Well, how are they supposed to survive? Like, who is bringing hot water, something warm to put in their body so that they can fight off the cold? Who's doing that? Where are they supposed to shower? How are they supposed to be clean? They're not clean. They're not. Let me go on. Now, ever since Biden has been in his seat and Kamala Harris as the vice president, gas prices are $5. Never in my 52 years has gas prices been $5 on the average. Never. Not that I can remember. Never. $5. That's an average. For you, well, if you round it up, for anything over 450, but 450 is, I've always gone over to the east side of San Jose to get my gas, and I'm only putting in a certain amount per week. That's it. Okay. Other than that, I'm not going anywhere. Well, I'm not going anywhere anyway, because for one thing, I can't move. I can barely walk. But also, Omicron. Omicron. Okay. Anyway, $5. Okay. So that's what it's about, Madam Vice President. I don't care who is running the White House. What I care about are the effects that are happening with us. No stimulus check, $5 gas prices, the homeless population has exploded. The eviction rate, we had to beg Biden, even though weren't we supposed to get student loans canceled? But yet he wants to bring them back. What are we supposed to pay with? We can't even go outside. But okay, it's getting late. I said no stimulus check, right? I said that. All right, what's that? It's about people with autism that have no direction or protection. There's a lot of people on the spectrum. Who protects them? Now, we got Elon Musk. Elon Musk, what you need to do, that billion that you just sold to Tesla stock, start some foundations for people who are autistic, or people who with autism, or who are on the spectrum, like yourself, like Bill Gates, allegedly. Okay? There's probably a lot of, I don't know if just Jeff Bezos is on the spectrum or whatever, but I know Elon Musk and Bill Gates, some of the richest men in the world. Okay, allegedly. Let me put allegedly on it or whatever. I think allegedly Kanye West may be. I think he may be on the spectrum. That's why it's so offensive, some of the stuff he says. But anyway, okay. It's about, as Kamala Harris was saying, it's about the fact that blacks are still 3/5 citizens on the Constitution. When is that going to be addressed? Okay? Charlamane, that's what you need to have mentioned instead of asking who's running the White House. It doesn't matter who's running the White House. It matters what's coming out of that White House. If you're the first black or woman of color vice president. Why don't you take care of those issues? Why don't you take care of those issues? I want to be a full citizen in the United States, but on paper, for the Constitution, I'm still considered 3/5. Please. Please. Okay. Well, it's about saying black people are built, literally built this country, but still we haven't been paid for it. Still. Gavin Newsom, you're talking about you put this committee together. Well, how long does it take for these motherfuckers to figure out something? It don't take that long. It's been a year, Gavin. And that's all I got to say about that. I just, you know, was Charlamagne disrespectful? Yes. Um, it was just rude and disrespectful. But you know what? She checked him. Y'all forgot who you was messing with. Remember, Kamala Harris is from the Bay. All right, don't shoot. You know, she ain't no joke. She is no joke, and I'm glad she checked him exactly how she did. She got that fingers like, listen, you gonna learn some manners, young man. I know she wanted to jump through that fold or that camera or whatever, and listen, no, you don't. Now that's one thing you don't do. You don't disrespect Kamala Harris. I mean, you can say not to her face. Oh no, no. To Charlamagne didn't even know what he's talking about. And then he was like, yeah, and this is what I like. This is the Kamala Harris that I want to see or whatever. Charlamagne, come on, dude. Give the woman a break. You know, you're extremely rude and disrespectful, but you know what? You're gonna get a check. And see, you to mess with the wrong person, because Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President, ain't no joke. You better hope that she doesn't get into the presidency or whatever, because she gonna check you the long way. Anyway, allegedly. All right, let me just bring it on down and get another video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.